Okay, you've seen the old girl just come off the recovery truck. She is my daily driver. She takes my number 2 son to school, so she's got to be going. Well, the missus done her a full journey. She did 300 miles up to Middlesbrough, and it drove like a dream. It didn't miss a beat. She's 26 years old now, 130,000 on the clock, and she didn't miss a beat. And then she sat still for a week, didn't move anywhere, and the missus goes in to go and fill her up again to bring her on the way back, and she rings us up and says she's not well. She's jittery. And I'm thinking, well, I can't see it being the HT leads. Changed them 6 months ago. Spark plugs 15,000 miles ago. What else? The injectors were changed at 100,000 miles. Yeah, there's a possibility they could have failed. Wiring, well, she's 26 years old. Could be wiring, couldn't it? But I was hoping it wasn't going to be. He was going to pull fault code 4, Misfire number 4. Anyway, the missus, I said, ring the AA. We're in the AA. You know, we paid for it, and I don't. If it is misfire number 4, I don't want them to melt the cats. If it's misfiring, well, it's only going to misfire it on one side, if that's what I think it is. So she rings the AA man up, and he comes out and he says, "Can I talk to it?" And I says, yeah, you can talk to it. It's only 1850 PWN, so yeah, you can get on there. And I told him all about what I've done to it and what I think's on it. So he plugs in and they send me the fault code, and the fault code was Misfire number 4, and sort of know roughly what it is. What happens is it's the actual HT lead at the back, and what happens is water gets in there, but it's a bit more than that. Put it like this, I had the parts ordered when I saw the picture of the actual HT lead he sent me, and it's, if I can get it, I think he's left it out, or I hope he's left it out. No, I don't think he has left it out. And what it is, I said, if it's wet in there, you're going to have to put it on a recovery truck. So what happens is the actual inlet manifold, in this big lump on top of here, it starts to leak at the back and then dribbles into number 4 spark plug hole. I've done this twice, so it seems to happen every 8 years. I think it's a time thing, and I think I've now worked out why. Because the original 2 I fitted in are plastic, actual gaskets, and every time I looked at it last time, it was the plastic gave way, not the rubber seal. So I've looked online and I ordered these Monday. They were with me by Wednesday, and what happens is it breaks here, and then the water leaks out and then into the HT lead. But as you can see, these are metal. Absolutely brilliant idea. I mean, I wish I had them the first time, because it might not have gone. So the only thing that really does annoy me is these came from Houston, and if everyone's been watching the channel, I was meant to be moving to Houston to actually work there, and I could have picked these up, and I was taking the truck with me because I've had it for 20 years now, and yeah, I was a bit miffed really, because I could have done all this there if they hadn't mucked up. And they seriously mucked up. I mean, they gave me 30 days to actually answer the questions they wanted, and the immigration lawyer actually rung them up after they declined me, and he says, well, what's going on, why have you declined him, you know? And they said, well, we sent you out some forms, you didn't answer them within 30 days. So he says, let me have a look into it. So the guy at the immigration in California looked into it, and he comes back and he says, I found them. Well, how can you find them? You were meant to send them to 2 addresses. They shouldn't be there. You can't find them. And he says, well, you can appeal. So I turned off, and the immigration lawyer said it's a waste of time. And I said, what do you mean a waste of time? We're all human, we all make mistakes. And I said, give them a chance to sort the problem out. And I did. I paid the $800 for the appeal. And what the idiots did do is if they'd have opened the appeal, they'd have seen it was their fault. So what they refused to do was open the case up again. So it didn't. So they didn't open the appeal that I paid for, but they took me money. I think that's fraud, actually. But at the end of the day now, my son's going for his GCSEs. I mean, number one son's what? He's a doctor in nuclear physics. My second son's thinking about becoming a surgeon or a criminal lawyer. So I'm going to help him all the way. And me moving there now with their education, I don't think it's a good idea now for him. So I'm going to stay here. That's what I'm going to do now. And as I say, I probably weren't good enough. That's why they didn't take too much time. And you got to think about it. I mean, I've had an American bank account for 20 years, and I've been paying American income tax for 20 years on my interest. I was bringing $400,000 worth of tools to America, 35 years experience. I'm a level 4 electric and hybrid master technician. I'm a qualified DSG gearbox rebuilder. Well, that's good in America. Qualified AC mechanic. I'm a fully qualified welder. And I still weren't good enough, and they didn't want to spend no time in doing it. Anyway, it's their loss, and I'm going to start up again. But what I need to do is get this car done so my son can actually get to school. And if you want to watch now, I'll go through stripping it down, and I'll probably end up speeding it up as what I'm taking off, because you've got to take the intake and throttle body and all the injectors and stuff out. So what I'll do is I'll just take captions of it, and we'll go from there. And if you're still watching at the end, yeah, hopefully you won't fall asleep. Anyway, what I did forget is thanks for all the recovery drivers as well for bringing her back. I forgot that was brilliant. Yeah, at least now I can actually fix it, and I've got all the parts. And as I say, I got them by Wednesday. As I say, it was expensive on postage, but she's my girl. Right, let's get going. Here we go. So you've got to take the auxiliary belt off now. alternator off because it means cool water waving around. Well, I normally take the alternator off because then I believe it can come forward. And I'm not worried about the auxiliary belt and how to wire it in. One, I've got a book, and two, some bright spark actually put a diagram how to put it back together again. I might send that to the immigration office, see if they can put a diagram together. Hit the floor. Okay, now we can actually start to see what's going on here. We've got to take the thermostat out. I've got a new one of those because I've noticed it doesn't heat up as quick. One thing we've got to do is take the power steering bracket off. That comes off. So I say we're getting there, slowly but surely we are getting there. I mean, luckily I've got a metal one, but I've got a plastic. I don't know what that does down there, but it hasn't cracked and it hasn't gone wrong. So what we've got to do now is take that thermostat out, I think. And I'm going to have to drop the coolant. I think there is. Right, I'm going to drop the coolant and then I'll carry on with this. Okay, now is this going to come off? Not so sure. Thermostat bolts, here we go, fingers crossed. Oh, now I put a load of grease around them and it's still on. One's come out. I'll grease them again. Oh. As you can see, it's that copper grease all on there, so that's why they come out. Now throw that out the way, we don't want that. This thermostat is getting thrown because it's old and I put a genuine one in it last time, but I found another upgrade, so I'm going to go with that. So new one being fitted. Now the fun we've got now is we've got to take that off there, which is all down there, all the way back. We've got to disconnect the actual injectors, and I'm hoping to actually disconnect it from the pipes there. But the one thing I'm noticing is all the plastic injector connectors are coming off. Not, and I don't mean in the bad way, I mean the good way. You know what I mean, when you can actually just squeeze them and they're coming out. As I say, I upgraded these injectors at 100,000, and as I say, I didn't want it to break down. Things don't last forever, do they? You've got to change them. I mean, it's no good saying, oh, well, it was all right yesterday, but it's broken down today. Well, I had an uncle that went to the doctor for a full checkup one day, and then next day he was dead. So I mean, it's a car. Please don't think things last forever. They don't. They do not. Right. Now, what I need to do is I need to take that hose off at the back, which I believe is an 8mm, or I hope it's an 8mm. Last time I had my toolbox with me, so I've got all my little special tools to go in, but this time, and that comes off like so. I'll take the earth off the bodywork. There, out of the way, put that back in there, remind me where it goes. So yeah, if I remember rightly, this bit here doesn't slide straight up because there's things in the way. So now what I've got to do, as I say, there's only a couple more things to do. Fight with the fuel pipes, and I've got a tool for that if you need a special tool. I'm going to put a bit of oil in there. It just helps put the tool in there, and they normally get a bit rusty, and just a little bit. And then while we're mucking about, I'll let that get in there and bed itself in. But the tools, I'll get out in a minute. You have to unclip the actual security tabs, which you just push down, and by rights they should just fall out like so. They don't. It's a car, and it's old, but she's my little girl, so it's a relaxing old day today. Had a busy week. Most of it is ECU modules or someone's saying they want a new ABS pump and it's got 3 broken wires. But my garage says it needs that. Yeah, okay. So I fit a new one on, it don't work, and you're going to look at me as though I'm the Wally. Yeah, okay. I can see that happening. Right, so right, I'm going to take the inner chamber off now. I'm sure if I'm right there right now, and you need a longer extension, and I'm hoping I've actually got everything I need. I hope I have, otherwise I'm going to be absolutely steaming. there's the first one. Right, I'm going to take these off and then I'm going to start again when I'm here, and then you'll see me crack it off. Okay, I've got the pin and bolts out, all of them. I didn't really want you to see that because, as I say, I'm leaning over this front of the truck here, and the actual hood lock is right in the wrong place, so you hear some really weird and wonderful noises. To take the fuel bits off, you need like special tools. You normally use these for air conditioning, fuel clips and stuff like that. And what you do is you just push them in like so, and then push out your clip, and that's where I actually put that what was it, spray in there to lubricate it up. It just makes the job so much easier. And this one's just slightly bigger. See, someone's used their brains, haven't they, on this? So if we put the different sizes on it, the return and the actual feed can't be mixed up. I mean, that's a bright idea, isn't it? I mean, flipping out. Just wish it carried on all the way through most things. Right, I'm going to get that off, and I'm going to we're on the last hurdle then to actually take the actual main planning chamber off. So I've got the bottom one off. We've just got to get the top one off, and then hopefully we're going to see that crack I'm going to show you on the actual on the back there. And then I've just got to clean everything up, put it back together again, and should be good to go again. So right, I'm just hoping I'm right. Might be. Right, leave that with this, and I'll just as I say, I'll leave the last couple, give it a shake, and then it'll look good when I take it off then, won't it? Okay, give us a minute. Okay, by rights, I should just be able to take that one off, and it should come out. Had a problem with the back one, and she didn't want to go at all, but as I say, it was either me or her, and guess what, it was her. Right, by rights, hopefully everything's out the way. Oh, look at that, look at that. Hopefully I can just ease her forward. Just get it out of the way. Oh, perhaps I shouldn't. Oh, no, she don't want to go, but she's out of the way. Right, just give her a little push that out of the way. A little bit of pushing that way. Right, and there she goes. There she blows, look at that. I didn't want to do that, but I'm sure I'll find it. So this is the problem of where there's, you can see the water's leaking through here. I mean, these don't normally have a problem, but we're changing it. But it's out. Right, let's have a little look. Normally they're cracked. But you can see where the water's going. There it is. See her? See that little hole? Just there. There she is. See the hole? I can wave to you. Look at that. And what happens is, it either leaks the water into the cylinder, or what it can do is it leaks it into the actual. And as you can see, she's all wet. That HT lead's all wet, so I've got to sort that out. This one's not normally too bad. Not really. Find that. I'll get the Hoover out on this. Right, let's have a little look at this one. Just put them like so. There's this one, because this one, no, this one's good. This one's good. Oh no, no, she's going in the front. Look, see her? Yeah, she's gone. She's gone in the front. And she's cracked. I think it's just time. And plastic gets hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, and then it just leaves the rubber, and it starts to leak, swells up, and obviously it's got on a long journey, it's got really hot, and it's pushed itself through. So that's the. But when you have a look at that one, look at them metal ones. That metal one ain't going anywhere, is it? And it's got a better rubber surface. So what I'll do, as I say, I've proved my point of what it is. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, and what I'll do is I'll put her back together again, and I'll start her up, and I'll show you when I've finished. But that's why she's misfiring. That's on this side, and which doesn't cause too much problems. It doesn't lose that much water either. But that is the one at the back, and it just all dribbles into number 4. So I was right about that. And I'll say to that hill's gone there as well. See? So I didn't think number 1 AA man wanted to play with it, because he was struggling to get even touch number 4. And yeah, but as I say, I'd like to thank him for listening to me. I mean, he must hear more bullshit than most people, but that was why I wanted it actually wrecker truck back and brought back to me, so I could actually fix it myself. But I've got all that to clean up, so it's all nice and clean when I put it all back together again. But I didn't think it was a mechanical fault. I really didn't. Right, now I'm going to show the missus, because the missus is really interested, but she don't want to go on film, so, but that don't matter. So yeah, all interesting stuff, all good stuff. But anyway, I'll have this all done today. It's only taken me what, I don't know, what time is it now? A couple of hours, shall we say, just to get her off, and I haven't struggled. I've had 2 cups of tea, and I've had a successful day. So I'm going to put her back together again, and then when I've got her all in, I'll fire her up for you, and I'll let you listen to what she should sound like. Poor old girl. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good, and I'm happy now, because I was right with it wasn't a waste of time to actually recover it down here, and my poor cats, it saved them. And we've got to look after our pussies in there, haven't we, eh? Otherwise it doesn't they cost you a lot of money. Anyway, I already know about that. Anyway, shut up, Trev. Okay, let me get it back together again, and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, I've cleaned everything up in there, so it's all nice and clean, ready to mate and sit together. And what I have noticed is with the old ones, they've got plastic tabs. This one here's still got them, but this wasn't the one that blew, even though it has gone there and there. So and the new ones, obviously with the metal on there, they actually have metal pins that go in there. So obviously hot cold, it's metal, it's the rubber's fixed to it on top, so it's not going to go anywhere. I think this could be a permanent fix. Why didn't they do it for a start? I don't know. Right, I'm going to get it back together again, and then obviously I'm going to show you it started. Right, leave it with us. Okay, got all back together again, all talked up. What you got to remember is it's American, they work in foot pounds, not newton meters, so you got to take that into consideration. All the connectors are all back on again. I've cleaned everything up, and she is all back together again. So all we've got to do now is put some antifreeze in, clear the actual the data in the ECU, because obviously it was running like crap and the ECU was sorting its trying to make it run as best as it could. So we're going to put this in and then we can get the water. Come in. Okay, before we clear the well, I'm hoping she's going to start with 11.2 volts in her, but mind you, she's been ticking over for a while. Right, so we're going to have to go manual search. Vehicle, Ford. She's an F150. F150. Yeah, she's there. She's a 4.6. She's a 2 valve. Oh, is she a 2 valve or is she other? I think she's other. 1999. And we're in position 2, are we? Yeah, we're in position 2, so we should be able to connect. And yep, light duty. Yeah, come on baby, let's go. Right, quick smart scan, just see what else we got in there. Gem's cleared, that's cleared. And I sorted out the gem on this one. I actually took it apart and repaired. What the hell's that? Lamp, airbag warning, circuit failure. Oh, that's probably in the dashboard again. Oh no, it's this one here. It's that one there. That one there. What you do is take it out and get an LED and put an LED in there. Let's sort that out. And then what we're going to do, and obviously now we've cleared all the codes because I've cleared the battery, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, enter, come on, just think we want everything to go faster. It means we can work faster then and get more done, can't we? Yeah, right. Special functions, power reset cam. So what I want to do is I want to reset the whole of the adaptives in the system. Turn it off. Okay, got my assistant. Oh, yeah, here she is, smiling away. We're going to fire it up for the first time. Listen to that. Oh. Yes, right, it's just blowing out all the blooming. Now, what we got? She sounds gorgeous. Yep, she sounds just absolutely beautiful. So what we're doing now is I'm just going to run the water through the system. I'm going to, what's it say there? Give it a blip. Listen to that. And that is job done. So, as I say, my daily driver is back on the road. It's been a beautiful day. The old solar panel's been sucking in the vitamin D. I can't ask much more than that. And this has been a peach of a job, really. Anyway, everyone have a great day. I'm going to have the goodies, I'm going to have the rest of the Easter off now, so I've got an S-Class smirk to do, so that'll keep me out of trouble. So, there's nothing else to say now, but my beauty is back on the road.
Sounds so much better. She's not sounded this good.